Yo bro, out on the walk this morning trying to burn a bit of fat. Apparently it's better for you, even though you burn more calories running. I don't know, I need to get to the bottom of that. I had a nightmare last night, bro. You appreciate this. I had a nightmare that I randomly clicked on a YouTube video one day, and it was a podcast called In the Mirror. Bizarre how I knew the name as well. And on that podcast, and he was like one of like 4 muckers who was running this podcast, and he was all massive, looking like the best version of himself with like tattoos and fucking muscles, and he was like lean, giving like men's health advice and stuff like that in Australia. And I was just like, what the fuck? Tucked me right up, mate. I wanted to kill myself instantly. I woke up and realised it was a dream, and it was like God telling me a message. It was like imprinted in my brain, like in such detail, like you need to beat them to it. You know, don't let them beat you, because you will kill yourself. So your life depends upon it. Anyway, bro, I hope you're having a good day. I'm just out dog walking in my fat burning zone, mate. Ready to take on fucking 2024, bro, with a new mindset. I'm trying to get ahead of it. Getting my ticky-tockies out there. Give me some feedback, even if it's positively shit. Whoa. That's gnarly, bro. How am I going to cross the fucking... I need an arc to get across that. Look at it. Oh my God. Get out of that. Look at it. How deep it is. I have to cross round. Bro, I was going to tell you something. And I forgot. Every time I put the camera on, I forget. You ready for this? There's another car coming. Okay. You ready yet? Come on then. Where are you going? Yeah, bro, that was it. I was listening to that Dan Coe that I sent you, and he was saying like he does loads of walking, and it helped his productivity a lot. Not running, but walking. He walks like a minimum of an hour a day, sometimes like 2. He says it helps his like thinking, his creativity, and I find it does the same as well. So I'm going to try and get more walks in. That's why I got the dog in the first place. And yeah, I don't know, what's better for burning fat? Is it walking or is it running? 2024, a New Year's resolution to myself is I'm going to put out more content. A lot more content. Because I just think you need to. I just think like in the information era, and if you're not building an audience or building some sort of, you know, attention is currency, if you're not building that audience, then you're just like everyone else. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's really important. And also, like, I think I have got a lot to give. I have got a lot of value to give, maybe to like people who are, you know, thinking about like quitting the job, or trying to get fit, trying to get into shape, or just general like a life advice. Doesn't mean I've like mastered it or I'm some life coach or something, but like everyone's got their unique experiences and lessons that others can learn from. So I'm going to start being a bit more public with it. So I was listening to Dan Coe last night. If you haven't heard of him, he's a pretty good intellectual guy on YouTube. Does really good advice and things like that. And he turns over about $2 million a month selling like online services. He failed at drop shipping, failed at agencies, and now he just sells like sort of SOPs and like digital products, such as standard operating procedures and things like this, like how-to guides and stuff like that. and he's only like 27. And put this back around me. So yeah, I was listening to him. He's really interesting, and he goes for like long walks all the time. And he says it helps him be creative. And I often find that, you know, when I'm out for walks, this house over here is lush. When I'm out for walks, I often find it like declutters your mind, you know, which is really important. Sometimes if you just stay in the office all day, your brain just sort of like veges out. So it's good to like change the scenery, and as you're walking, you know, it stimulates your head, for me. I've got to get my heart looked at later. Everyone on my dad's side of my family has either had a heart attack or died of a heart attack. It started kicking in around about like 40s. I'm 30 now, so I want to get ahead of the curve. And sometimes I don't know if anyone else gets this, but my heart just starts like fluttering. Sometimes when I'm sleeping or falling asleep, as I start to drift off, it just starts skipping beats. I fucking wake up in a panic, like, whew, I think I missed a beat there. I know it can miss beats here and there, but like it feels proper dodgy, you know, especially if I sleep in awkward positions, or if I drink alcohol. It can happen a lot more, which I'm going to be cutting down now. I used to be smoking a lot of weed. Thank God I've cut that out completely a year or two ago. Absolutely zilch, zero weed. But then obviously sometimes you can slip onto something else. I like having a couple of Koppenbergs on the weekend. Not ideal, but they taste so damn good. Where's the little dog gone? Quick! Quick! Where are you? Quick! Oh, there you are, you little crafty bitch. Fucking hell. I thought I just lost my dog. Yeah, so cutting out the alcohol, and I think that's what's giving me that belly fat, you know. I didn't even see it coming, and then like I just seen one day like these just fucking muffin tops hanging over this. I've been shredded like my whole life, like just one of those guys naturally lean, and people used to tell me, oh, you're never gonna, wait until you're 30, like it'll catch up with you. And I was like, yeah, bullshit, like I just got like a freak metabolism. No, Jack, actually when you're 30, muffin top. Probably from sitting. Well, I sort of like quit boxing. I was just boxing for fitness like twice a week. Whoa. And then I sort of like, because I cut that down, I cut down the running. One thing led to another, and I'm not really doing cardio so much, and then it just sort of like piled on, especially when you like swap a good habit for a bad one, you know. So you've got to be careful of that. Whoa. What are you looking at? So yeah, get your heart checked out, guys. If especially if you've got it running in the family. My dad recently had he had a couple of heart attacks as well, and he's never smoked or anything. Drank a little bit, but he's pretty healthy. Fit job, like works on tugboats, physical labour job. Yeah, you never know. Uncle had heart attacks. He used to do marathons. He was quite fit. Granddad, who's in the Battle of Britain, died of a heart attack swimming in a swimming pool. Actually, not his swimming pool. I don't think he was that wealthy, but making me sound like I'm from some sort of heritage. Died in a swimming pool. Pretty much made it his when he died in it though. Yeah, man, so just got to be careful. I really like walking down there, these streams. Listen to that, it's so therapeutic. I think it's like a little, tiny little waterfall up there. It's lovely. Where are you running off to, Cal? So, I reckon if you document like this, and just to be consistent for a year and record what you're working on, record what you're training, record your walks, your runs, your thoughts, just document it all. You know, you may even build up a little audience, and who knows where that can compound to in like a couple of years time, you know. Look at Sam Sulek, like he's a prime example. 2.3 million subscribers, and he's been going what, like a year, 2 years? Okay, yeah, he's a fucking freak of nature. Whoa, that's just put an end to my tracks right there. We go round the tree, just like Bug's Life. We go round the leaf. Okay. Right. Where was I? Yeah, Sam Sulek. You'll find a way, won't you, Wick? Use that nose of yours. Clear a path. Yeah, obviously he's massive and he's steroided off his fucking box, but and obviously he's probably got a lot of young, inspirational, like gym starters who admire that, who have been skinny and want to build a physique like that. But the guy is a freak. I don't think what he's doing to his body is gonna be any good. Like his heart is gonna fucking hate him. But he's young, he's 21, you know what I mean? So, you know, more for him. He's got the following. He just needs to go careful. To grow that big that quick as well. I mean, he's always been pretty big anyway, but yeah. But I'm gonna try and chop this down into short form content as well, for like TikTok and maybe Instagram Reels. I've got a thing about putting it on Instagram. I don't really want to do that. But TikTok I'm fine with because I don't really know anyone on there. That's lovely, that is. Should we flip the camera around? Is the other camera better? Yeah, I think this camera's loads better. I just put my gloves back on. I'm an absolute. I don't like my fingers getting cold. Like, especially when it's for nothing. So I mean, if you can wear gloves, fucking wear them. Oh, no one's around anyway. Oh, this is nice, look at this. Lush little walk. I'm quite lucky to have these woodlands by me. So where was I talking about? Talking about Sam Sulek. Yeah, I mean, you can just build like an audience, right? I'm pretty sure you can just, like I was watching Hamza, I don't know if you've seen him, but he was talking about if you just start filming yourself, you know, like don't worry about so much of the editing and this and that and the other, you just film yourself and try and give value then, and you're consistent with it. That's the key. Like, I think you've got to be consistent with it for a year at least. Then you'd be surprised if you could get like 100,000 subscribers just by talking litter, you know. So I'm going to put that theory to the test. I mean, maybe it was different a couple of years ago, but I mean, fuck it, let's try it. I mean, this is how I'm like thinking normally when I'm walking. I'm just thinking stuff like this. It's just all being wasted because I don't write it down. Right? And like it goes nowhere, and I know I have like really good thoughts as well. So I'm just going to start documenting them this way, you know, and then other people can comment on them. And you only got one life after all, like, so what's a bit fucking cringe? So fucking what? Fuck you if you think it's cringe. It's a bit cringe. fuck it, YOLO. From what I've seen, like anyone who's just been consistent with putting the stuff out there, long form content, like they do well. But obviously you don't know about the ones that have put themselves out there for a year and not done well, because you've not heard of them. But I think the amount of consumers of content versus the amount of producers is heavily like out of balance. Like there's way more demand than there is supply, I think. You may disagree with that, but I think that's the case. For every one producer there must be 20 or 30 consumers. So really it's like an attention gold rush. You know what I mean? I reckon one day, like in 2040 or something, or 2030, probably 2030, I reckon like most people will just be like vlogging in some sort of way, and it'd be like so normal, because everyone will just be fighting for attention at like such a pace. But I could be wrong. Oh, I should cut some of these up and take them home for my log burner. That's how I want to get a car down here. Whoa. That house is unreal. Wow, look at that one. That is sick. In the middle of the woods like that. It's kiddie, that house. Fair play if you're watching and that's your house. Obviously you won't be watching because I've got no subscribers, but what do you reckon of that house, Rick? You like the house? You do? Yeah, I like it too. I'd like to live in something like that one day. Absolutely sick. I don't know if you can see it, but oh my god, that's a dream house. Very nice. Is it Grand Designs worthy? Maybe not quite, but still. So I need to get back for what time is it now? I don't know, because I'm filming myself. I don't have an Apple Watch because I always lose them. But I need to get back. I need to be at the doctor's for 9:30 to tell them about my ticker. So yeah, I did some TikTok videos yesterday. So I thought I'd lead in with something I'm good at, which is skipping. I've seen other skipping video tutorials getting like 150,000 likes, which means they got like probably like 700k views. If you get 700k views and 150,000 likes, then that means you probably gain 20,000 subs or something like that. You build up those subs and you keep producing that content, you know, you're going to build a nice audience which you can, you know, obviously sell stuff to, or, you know, not to be a sellout, but like that's the way the world works, right? So yeah, it makes sense. Like, I mean, I already sell like gym mats and things like that, so I can plug the gym mats, you know, maybe have my own skipping rope. That's what I'm thinking. I did do one video once. It was a like, I've done a few TikTok videos and pretty much 99% of them are flops, but I did one and it did blow up. Well, for me anyway. 500,000 views, 90,000 likes. It was pretty mad. It was about a fledgling that arrived at my door. Some kid just like knocked on my door and said, "Oh, can you take this bird? His mum's abandoned it." And so I did. I took it in and had like a bald spot on the head and like the hair going around here, so I named him Albert. It reminded me of like a monk or something, little monk bird. And then I was trying to get it to eat because I think it lost his mum, so I was like getting the dog food and stuffing it down, rubbing its chest, and then it would open its mouth when I put the dog food in. And I googled it and it was safe. Oh, nice, Rick, nice. We'll clean that up, yeah? That was only a diddy one, don't need to. Yeah, and I was surprised how well that done. It just blew up. I got like 7,000 subscribers straight away. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And then I let the bird go to my regret, and then like anytime I posted a TikTok video after that, everyone was like, where's Albert, where's Albert? No one give a fuck about me and what I was posting. And then my channel died instantly. So next time that happens, keep the bird. Fucking hell, this walking is actually what burns more calories, walking or running? I know running burns more calories, but what my question was actually was, which is a bigger fat burner? People say running, people say walking. Walking, you're in the fat burning zone. You know, I really want to like debunk that and actually find out, because obviously I'm trying to burn a little bit of belly fat. I think both is good. If you've got the energy, you should probably run. But whew, damn. This is a long one. I'm getting a bit hot now. I'm glad I didn't wear the hat. Once you get into it, you do get pretty hot. It's freezing when I walked out this morning. Walking is actually tiring. Fucking hell. And I'm like relatively fit. I still get a stomp on. So, I mean, at the moment I'm weighing 83 kilos, most I've ever weighed in my life. My regular weight is 75 kilos. I'm 5'10", which is about 177 centimeters. And I think that's a good weight, but only if I can see the bottom of my abs where my belly button is. Otherwise, for me, that's just my build. Like, I've been lean my whole life, so I want to try and keep that. You know what I mean? Shame to throw that away. So now I've hit 30, I need to maintain that 100%. You enjoying yourself, Wick? This actual vlogging shit is actually hard. Well, you get into a flow of it, but yeah, it's hard to like keep it rolling, you know what I mean? Imagine how hard it must be for a stand-up comedian to do like 40 minutes. Obviously, I know they prep their shit, but I'd forget my fucking lines. It must be really, really hard. And to deliver, make it funny. Like, if you fuck up one word, which I would do, your joke bombs. You know what I mean? And your confidence and career with it. But I guess if you can recover from it, if you're good. Do you know what I mean? Like, loads of comedians do that. That would be sick though. Deep down, that would be like one of my like sickest jobs if you could do that, but one doesn't just do that. What Jimmy Carr did, didn't he? He was working in BP, oil, I think. He just quit his job and said, fuck it, I'm going to do comedy, and killed it. I wonder how much he killed it at the start though. I wonder how much he bombed as well. I always like to watch like comedians in their early days, you know, like when they're first starting out. And nowadays, if you're like a comedian, unless you're like proper left wing and don't offend anyone, like, you get cancelled. But the whole point of comedy is you're meant to be fucking funny. It's meant to hurt someone, just a little bit in jest. You know what I mean? It's not like meant to be serious. Well, yeah, but truth. But that's what makes it funny. The funniest comedians are the most ruthless, to a degree. Pull back 10%, but you know, like Ricky Gervais, he is the GOAT. Like, when it comes to comedy, stand-up comedy, he's the GOAT. He's undefeated, greatest of all time. He didn't give a fuck. He don't even look that funny. He doesn't look like he should be funny. It's quite plain and boring, but He's hilarious. How did you get in there? Come on now. Out. How did you get in there? Come on, think about it. I'm letting you can come out the same way you come in. Yeah. But that's the way you got in. Come on. No, I'm not helping you this time. You did this, you need to learn. Don't make me do it. I'm going. I'm going. Oh, you're going. How did you get in there? That's what I want to know. You are a fool, aren't you? You want to go this way? We haven't got time to go that way, darling. Come on. That's a myth, what you just did. An absolute myth. Explain that one. Houdini. Right. Where was I? Oh yeah, Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's funny. Oh man. I want to go to another comedy club soon. Comedy clubs are decent. You know what's funny when you watch them online? But when you're there, they're a bit more funny. I've been to a few comedy clubs. Do you know what? I've been to like a really good one in New York. Shane McGuinness was, he's like up and coming comic. He's pretty big now on the Joe Rogan. And he played there, he was pretty funny. But the funniest one I went to was one in Birmingham, in the UK. Like, that was one of the funniest ones I've ever been to, and I didn't expect it. That's probably why they tickled me when I went looking. Look at this view. That's a nice view, isn't it? Very, very good, very nice. Hope I'm not late for the doctors. We need to get a move on, don't we, Wick? That bird. Gorgeous. Very nice. There's a house up here as well, it's absolutely sick. Ridiculous house. Tennis courts. Fucking, it looks like Bruce Wayne's manor. I mean, you gotta have some fucking clout to get that. You have some dosh, haven't you? Some family money or something. Or do very well for yourself. Pay all the taxes. Hello. There you are. Hey. Nice little dog that. What is that? Don't even know. Yeah, I'm going to try and dedicate to do this every morning. Maybe film as well. But hopefully I don't just ramble about the same fucking shit. Rick, you're so muddy. Who's going to clean you when we get back? Yes, Daddy will. If you're thinking about getting a dog, I wouldn't unless you're really secure where you are. They are a lot of work. I had 2 German Shepherds before, and they were nowhere near as much as work as this girl is. She's a whiny cow. Proper attitude problem as well. Talks back all the time. Quite aggressive as well sometimes. We're trying to train that out of her. She means well. She don't go for other dogs. She's just like very protective of the house. Rick, where are you going? Come here. Yeah, obey your master. That tongue, put it away. You're going to see this house in a minute. It is guapped. Oh, bruv. Oh. By the way, this is the house. Like, it's redonkulous. Redonkulous. Absolutely. It's nice down here as well. nothing better than having a nice cushy house out here. Just put the fire on and just like, you know, do your work in your office. Bookshelf. Do you know what I mean? Quite sophisticated out here, you know. By the way, I'm trying to be, I don't know if you can tell, like I'm trying to like fucking better myself in every way and just try and apply myself in every way I can. And one of them is quit drinking, right? Unless I don't know, it's a hard one, isn't it? Like, unless I'm out with like friends, like socialising, I might have one, but it's to lower the unit amount and just not drink by myself on the weekends. I only have a couple of cans, right? It's nothing too fucking silly. It's just like just working on my computer or whatever, watch a bit of YouTube and might crack open a Koppenberg, but that's stopping now because of the belly fat, right? So another thing I'm quitting, at least for this month, I missed No Nut November. Fucked that right up, like on the first day. So I'm doing No Nut December and then see if I can slingshot that momentum into the new year. Because I do find it fucks you over big time. Like, not so much like having sex, that's fine. And even if you like, you know, do the deed without watching porn, that's fine, but you should restrict that a little bit to a reward. But I'm talking about just full out fapping away to porn, like 2 or 3 in a day. That shit make you nervous. Yeah. That shit make you tweaking different. Like, it just robs you. I listened to this audiobook. It's very good. It was Napoleon Hill, How to Outwit the Devil. The same author who wrote, you may have heard of it, Think and Grow Rich. So he wrote a book on how to outwit the devil. And first of all, I listened to it as an audiobook when I'm running. I thought, it's a bit cringe, like, because I'm not really a Christian or anything like that. And he's talking about the devil and God. Then I just thought, let's just understand the message of this audiobook, and not like, you know, like get sucked into anything religious. I'm not an atheist, I'm just like agnostic, I mean, so I'm like whatever, but there's a message behind it, so I wanted to hold out to the message. And yeah, it's very good. So he's talking about, he has an audience, he gets to summon the devil theoretically, and he can ask him questions and the devil has to answer. So like, you know, he's just like asking him questions, and he gets to find out that the devil and God obviously on two polar sides, and the devil's always like on your shoulder, and he knows your weaknesses, and he always wants the worst for you, and he's always pulling at your strings whether you know it or not. And he's so good at like conning you, like he's in your head and he makes you think that he is you, and he's that voice in the back of your head, that soft voice. So he says, if you're disciplined and you stand strong and you outline your goals and your values and you stick to them and you're faithful to them, then you will get essentially your reward, what you want in life. But if you're weak and you break your own discipline and you're sort of floating in the wind, you'll end up being an agent of the devil, and he will wither you down to nothing. Which, I just have mud got up the back of my leg. That was the devil's work. That was that fucking devil work. There's a big clump of it. Got it out there because I'm a disciplined man. Right, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So, I mean, he obviously tells it, you know, a lot better. There's a lot more gems in there than what I've just said. But if you give it a listen, I thoroughly encourage it, because whenever I've listened to it in the past, like if I've been feeling down and like lethargic and unmotivated, undisciplined, unmotivated in particular, it's one that certainly got my spirits back up and made me highly motivated again. So if you're struggling with motivation, sometimes like, you know, it's easy for someone who's in the right frame of mind, who's really motivated, to tell you, oh, just get over it, because they're in a positive mindset. They can't fathom not getting over it. But when you're down there, you know, both mindsets have their own sort of gravitational pull, do you know what I mean? So if you're sort of in a downtrodden mindset, so hard to get back up, and if you're up there, so hard to get back down. Like, you know, it takes momentum to get that mindset. So definitely worth a flick. I might even do a video review just on that alone, because it's a very good book. And Think and Grow Rich is pretty good as well. I should probably give that a revisit. A bit old, but the message still stands strong.